everybody, welcome back to my social thread. My name's Anya and this is my mum.
Hello, I'm Mum Crystal, and today is a special day because
it's my birthday.
It's Anya's birthday, so we are recording this a day before. It is Thursday the 8th of December today, and it's Anya's 8th birthday. It is also the feast of the Immaculate Conception, which is a Catholic feast day, and Anya was born on this very special day. So what did we do today, Anya, for your birthday?
First we woke up, did morning prayers, then we opened all the presents.
You opened all the presents. And what presents did you get, Annie? Do you want to share? Sorry, we've also just come back from swimming, so my hair is kind of wet and frazzled. Do you want to show some of your presents that you got today?
This is my first one.
So this is, who's this?
It's an Elsa doll.
Elsa doll, and this
I
was
got from Sienna.
So this was from Sienna. So this was a present that our 11-year-old Sienna bought Anya with her own money, which is really nice, isn't it?
The high heels look really pretty too.
The high heels look. Do it sideways. No, but they don't come off, do they? It's just a shame.
they're like.
And then what other presents did you get?
Can you point it down so I can actually like take apart the Lego? It's like.
Oh no! Do you want to show the
slides
box?
off.
It's probably easier. Run down and get the box for me. Quickly, run.
Okay. I'll get the box instead.
So she's just going to quickly show off some of her presents, one of which is a me made that I happened to make. So it wasn't on my list of things to make, but as I was looking through my stash, I sort of found some fabric that I wore that I had 2 meters of, because I was going to make skirts for the girls, and 2 meters is the perfect amount for a dress for Anya. So I quickly yesterday afternoon cut it out and started it and finished it yesterday evening. So her other present today.
Big.
So this was her main present from the whole family. So it's a Lego Friends, what is it, like a holiday?
Lego Friends holiday truck.
Holiday bus. And here's one she made earlier. I showed you.
I've made it already and it took ages because we couldn't find all the pieces.
It took about three and a half hours.
3, did it?
To make. Oh, it doesn't matter.
Oh, this lady fell
because the
down.
people are waiting.
It's this.
So it's the bus here. Turn it around. Should
And
I
then
hold
on
it?
the other side,
Let me hold it.
is like a bathroom and a window.
So do you want to say, so on this side is, what is on here, Anya?
It's a bathroom.
There's a little toilet in here.
Toilet.
Should we open up a little toilet? And then you've got stairs to go up here. This bit opens here. You've got sort of sun loungers.
On
The other side you've got sunbathing, sun
There's
loungers.
sleeping.
And then you have like a little slide that goes down.
So turn it around. This is where we just put all the spare pieces.
This is like
So
another...
don't open it.
Okay, another
Don't
room
open
there.
it,
In here is like a little barbecue set that comes out.
It's not a barbecue set.
What
It's
is it?
the instruction.
What is it?
It's the instruction thing.
And then here we have a little, I don't know if you can see, table and chairs, little
And then
kitchenette there.
And
And then let me just wait.
slip
It
out
might
the
open.
pool.
Wait, okay, let me just open it. How do you open it up?
Slip
Don't break
up
it.
the pool.
How do
Oh
you-
no, there's a little thing that keeps it. And you have to take off at the bottom.
Do you?
This cream
Oh, no,
thingy.
this-
These cream thingies.
And there's a
Can you
little...
just wait? I just need to take off the last one.
I'm sure you're enjoying this very much non-sewing content. There's a little pool that slide. I can't slide it out.
Is it the...
One second, let me see. Does the whole thing slide out, my love?
Oh, wait, let me do it. Maybe we need to... This whole part.
Oh, there you
yes.
go. So let's just
Don't
show.
pull it out too much because it'll fall out.
There's a little like pool
Pool with
area
a-
that slips out with a little, what's it called, little swim ring.
And they're called float. Float.
And then this whole thing slides off as well, doesn't it,
The
Annie?
top slides off so you can play with the bottom. Wait, you need to very
So just show them. And then the top bit slides off as well, so you can play on the inside. So that's that. So myself, Sienna and Anya made this up this morning, 2 hours in the morning, 1 hour in the afternoon. Sienna was the main sort of builder. Anya was the assistant, and I was the assistant's assistant. And they just basically asked me to get pieces and find pieces. So that's what I did. It was actually quite fun. I would have actually enjoyed making this one myself. And then another little present you got from your other sister. Should we show them that one?
Oh, no, I did it too far.
Annie, go show the other present, then we can start with.
Okay, I'll cut these on later.
Mhm.
Put this
Might fall.
here.
And then another little present. No, the other little present.
Okay, it's not
And then she also got a lovely present from my eldest sister, 15-year-old Talia. Again, bought this with her own money. So it's a lovely faux leather bag with a little pouch.
that hangs on.
And the story behind it is when we went away for a long weekend up north, she left her It was actually a genuine leather handbag in the hotel. It wasn't in the hotel, it was the restaurant of the hotel, and it had all her bits and pieces in it, and she was very sad, but that was that. She also got some crafty bits from her auntie.
Wait,
I wouldn't show that one.
They're not crafty bits.
What
This kit is like a little.
Oh yeah, let's show that one. Come on.
Wait, no, these aren't
Quickly,
these.
okay, go on, Ashley.
There's a few
Princess stickers. This is from her auntie Angela.
And then this
Just show them.
crafty book thing.
It's a little, what is it? It's a stationery set. Do you want to open it up quickly?
Inside it's got all little different things.
It's a little stationery set. So you've got all like papers and cards and writing things, writing set basically. And then what did we do after we opened presents? Oh, we built her Lego, and then today was our home ed day anyway, so we managed to go to soft play, and then swimming, and then after swimming and she's got little other bits and pieces.
I got some
hair
clips.
clips.
And wait, there's one more. Is the necklace
And bracelet set.
So I'm gonna give it to Eva. Bracelet and
Is there more? What else is in there?
There's a little ring.
A little ring as well.
It's a butterfly ring.
Oh, I've not seen that one. How lovely. And so what do we want to say?
And then,
there's more?
wait, one more.
Oh, sewing related. Yay! It's a little cross stitch set. So this is all from her Auntie Angela. And do you want to say thank you to Auntie Angela? If you're watching, Auntie Angela, thank you so much. And then so we went to soft play, and then we went swimming, and then we went out for something to eat, and we've just come back. So our hair is still, well, my hair is still a bit wet. And then she had another present, which, sorry, this vlog is not in the right format, but we will just quickly show you this present. So this is the dress that I made. I'll pop up some photos of her wearing it right now. And then I'll show you it here. So it's the, you'll never guess what it is. It's the Be Curious dress by Ellie and Mac. This is my go-to pattern for little girls' dresses. And it's made up in a lovely needle cord, sort of forest green floral. Long sleeves with the elasticated,
red buttons.
one second, elasticated cuff. And then I've just got red buttons at the back. It is fully lined, although I didn't have enough fabric to line the front of the bodice, so I've just used some plain blue viscose. And then I've lined the back. And do you like this one? Mm-hmm. What's missing from this dress, do you think, that you keep asking me to put in?
What do I like?
Pockets. I'm sorry.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
I like it. Like
okay.
this.
She did say to me, Mama, the next time you make me a dress, could you please put pockets in? And I was meaning to put pockets in. I just didn't have enough fabric. So that's that dress there. And that probably took me altogether about 3 hours to do. So that was quite quick. And then we'll go back to the normal format of the vlog. I'm terribly sorry about that. So happy birthday, my love. My little baby girl's 8 years old. Right, let's do advent calendars. Which one do you want to do first?
Start with the book one.
Which one's? What's the book one called? Do you remember?
No.
Kylie
and the Machine.
Well done. Kylie and the Machines. We are going for, this is backwards again, remember, so number 16. Day 16. Oh, it's there. Let's show them what it is. What does it look like?
It's a blue man with a book.
Day 16, blue man with a book. Open that one, my love.
Right.
So as I'm vlogging every day, I'm having to put makeup on every day because obviously I don't normally put makeup on when I'm in the house. So anyway, I was putting on makeup and my two little boys were like, "Oh, Mummy, you don't have to wear makeup. You look lovely as it is." And then Anya looks at me and she was like, "No, Mama, put lipstick on. You look better with lipstick on."
I said that before.
I know. But it's quite funny. Ooh,
onions.
Right, you show it.
There's two little, what are they called? Labels.
Labels.
With little onions
Oh,
on them.
these are so cute. And it says, "I stinking love you." That's adorable. So it's sort of like a peachy, beigey background. Little onions with legs and arms and face. And it says, "I stinking love you." You get two of those. They are lovely. I've never seen them before. And I think the artwork is beautiful. Very happy with that. That's from Kylie and the Machines. Let's put that down there because we're going to rate them afterwards, aren't we?
The next one, that one.
What's that one called? What is it? Godmother.
Godmother's fabric.
And what does Mama like buying?
So it's Godmother's
Fabric Godmother, the other way around.
Fabric Godmother.
Fabric Godmother. So we are on day...
we just did...
No, day 9, aren't we? Because it's a day ahead. Are we on day 9?
Yeah.
Yes, we are on day 9.
Day 9, I would have had it.
Show them first before you... Are we sure? Let me see. We've done 8, right? Have we done 8?
Yeah.
Let me see. So where's 8?
8 is...
It's 8. Yeah, we did 8. Okay, so day 9 is describe this window here. What is it?
It is the lady's face.
With the
drinks.
Yeah? Do you want to open that up, my love?
It's half of the drinks.
It's half of the drinks. Here's all of it. Let me read the tip. Use washi tape to mark clearer seam allowances on your sewing machine. I know a lot about washi tape. I've never used it. So basically it's just sellotape, but it's got like little it's all got different prints and patterns and designs, and also I think it might be like masking tape. I think you can tear it, or if you can't tear it, it's easily you can take it on and off, as it were, and it won't tear the thing that you've stuck it onto. And oh, is this one? What do you think it is?
It feels like a little cardboard thingy. Oh, it feels like some tape.
Sellotape.
It does look like little.
Yeah, okay. I think it's so I think it's washi tape.
Yeah.
Do you know what washi tape is?
No.
I've just described it to you, babe.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah, that's it. Okay.
Next. My hair's gone a bit.
Yeah.
Come on.
Might actually be that thread.
No, it is tape. It is. Ooh.
Oh, that is such a pretty pattern.
Pretty.
Yeah.
Say pretty.
Pretty.
Yes. Okay. Shall we show them?
It's
So it's
kind of
describe it.
blue. It's a blue background with stars and shape.
And for those of you that have recognized it, they have. It's not on this. So this is, I assume, the same print as one of their fabrics. So you've got, sorry, it's Sienna, Anya. You've got this lady here in the black colorway. I think they have the blue colorway as well on their one of their fabric prints. So thank you very much. That's from Fabric Godmother. So they say to use it for seam allowances, you know, so on your needle plate, if you want to mark like an inch or a quarter of an inch, and if you put a bit of washi tape there, then you use that as a guide so your seam is all straight. I wouldn't normally use that for this, for that, because I already have a seam guide magnet that I got from Beyond the Pink Door, but it is very handy otherwise. And people use it to decorate their filofaxes, diaries, schedules, that sort of thing. So very useful. Third one.
I like this one the best. That's why.
Beyond the Pink Door.
We are on
Day 9. Is it 9? Yeah, that's it.
That's day 6. Oh no. It's
So day number 9.
really
Right, you guess first.
It feels
You
like
can shake it.
the two-piece. I don't know.
Can you guess? Just give a guess and we'll
It
see.
feels like something like softish but hard.
Softish but hard. Ah, okay. So to me, it feels. Oh, I know it. Look, if you can feel, it's got like ridges. It feels like a reel of like ribbon or elastic or something on a piece of card.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Do you want to open it?
I've seen them before. In shops.
So by the way, the Fabric Godmother gift for yesterday's advent calendar was £10 off their website, and I quickly went and bought something already.
You're right. It's
Lovely. So this is some beautiful elastic tape, denim coloured elastic tape, 20 millimeters in size, and you get 3 meters of that. So that's very nice, really thick elastic there. I think that would be more for waistbands for children's clothes, or you could use it for, it's quite thick for elastic for your wrist, but very useful. I've got no use for it at this moment in time, but very useful to keep in your haberdashery stash. And that's from Beyond the Pink Door. So we're going to rate today's advent calendar gifts. Do you want to go first, and I'm going to rate mine next, or do you want me to rate it first?
I like the label first.
Yes, second.
Then this washi tape.
Washi
tape.
Yep.
And then this.
Elastic. Okay, my turn. I have actually in agreement with you today. My first place will be the onion labels by Cardi and the Machine. Second place would be the washi tape, and third place would be the elastic from Beyond the Pink Door. So thank you very much. Should I put these away, label tin up there?
Where?
And then elastic and washi tape can go in my haberdashery thing.
Where's your haberdashery thing?
Just that IKEA pegboard on the top there.
What?
Pardon.
Pardon?
The IKEA thing up there. Pardon.
What? I said, but what IKEA thing?
This is an IKEA pegboard, isn't it? Or just put it up there somewhere. Find the little hole for it. Just find the little hole for it. And this can go in the top shelf. So, and then you can go, my love, if you fancy it. So, what else? So yep, second portion of the vlog is the sewing chat. So I did just show you the Be Curious dress. Very easy pattern to follow. It's my go-to pattern for children's dresses, as I say. You can change the vary the different depths of the skirt. There's also a ruffle piece that you can extend as well. So depending if you want sort of a longer skirt and a ruffle or 2 ruffles, you can change that to your liking. Also the sleeves, you can obviously change short, 3/4 or long sleeves, and it also comes with a ruffle kind of sleeve as well for different variations. Anya, can you pass me the purple one please on the floor? Ava's one.
This one?
Yeah. Whilst I was cutting out, yes my love, whilst I was cutting out Anya's dress, I also had the same fabric in a different colorway. It's like a aubergine purple colorway. So exactly the same needle cord, and if you can see the needle cord there. Needle cord dark purple color. It's darker than a Cadbury's purple. And then floral. So this is the back bodice for Ava's dress. So I've cut out another Be Curious dress, but for Ava this time. So they'll sort of be in matching clothes, but different colorways, which I think they prefer more than actually matching. So I'm going to hopefully make a start on the Be Curious dress tonight. I also have Sienna's Bakerloo dress, which I showed you the other day, cut out. So that needs to be done. I also have my coat. I can't show you fully yet because it is a blog post for Jelly Stitches. I need to remove one of the arms, and I'm hoping to be able to rescue it and turn it the other way, because I've basically made 2 left arms. So I'm hoping the right arm I can take off the seam, as in literally take all the pieces apart, turn them the other way around, because to be fair, both sides of this wall kind of look very similar. So rather than me cutting out new pieces, I might just be able to take them all apart, reverse them, and hopefully have a right pair. I don't know if that will work. I'll have a play with it, so I need to do that. Hoping to do that before Sunday, because I'd like to wear it for Sunday Mass. Because it's a really nice smart coat that I like. And also all my coats and things seem to be taken by my daughters now. My elder daughter, my Sienna and Talia are kind of my size, so they kind of use my coats and things, which is nice for them because they're kind of growing up. And at that age, I think it's sort of, depending on the child, obviously around 10 onwards is kind of the equivalent to sort of adult ladies sizes. You know, they can fit, apart from the bust size, I suppose, depending on how developed your child is. Normally, I would say that kind of tween age, you can fit into sort of women's wear sizes, if that makes sense. And then the other thing else that I wanted to talk about, sewing, so sewing wise, that's it so far. And part 3 of the vlog is just talking about life and family chat. So I think I just about finished talking about bits and pieces about law yesterday and my past law career. The only other things I wanted to talk about was the difference between a solicitor and a barrister, in terms of if anybody was interested in following that course or that career path, or if they had children that were interested in following that career path. My general advice overall is work experience. You can have all the grades in the world, but without work experience basically differentiates you from everybody else that has, you know, 3 A stars or whatever, 3 A stars in their A level, or 9 as it is now, and a first class degree. When I was doing my exams, quite a lot of people were getting first class degrees in law, and the only way you were differentiated was if you managed to enter some sort of almost like a competition. Like you would enter, you would draft an essay, you'd forward your qualifications, and you'd try and get in as a summer worker to a particular firm. I didn't get into any of those, but I know that was one way of getting in. Also, work experience is another way of getting in. Also, other extracurricular things, like back in law school, I did have quite a few wealthy classmates. You know, we had it was in law school especially, it was quite a multicultural I had multicultural classmates, most of which were wealthy multicultural classmates. So we had, like, you know, children of sort of Russian rich people, basically, you know, African, you know, people from sort of African wealthy families in Africa, wealthy families in Russia, this sort of thing. and they were my classmates. And the reason we kind of clocked on that they were rich was because two things actually. So I had this lovely Russian friend who was my classmate, and my law school was on Chancery Lane. And I think our class finished around 5:30, and she was rushing to go home. Normally we'd go out for drinks or what have you, and she was rushing to get home. And I said, oh, what's the rush? And she said she wanted to watch The Simpsons, which was on at 6 o'clock. I know it was on at 6 o'clock. And I thought to myself, where do you live? It's like almost 5:45. How are you going to get home in 15 minutes? And it turns out she was renting, for that year of law school, she was renting an apartment on Chancery Lane. So I thought, okay, this lady has money. And on top of that, the same Russian friend, we did, this time she didn't rush home to watch Simpsons. We went out for a drink, and I can't remember what happened. It was quite late, and I think she wanted to get some cash out of the bank, but I was going to the cash point anyway to get cash out myself. And she said, oh, do you mind getting me some cash? Which I thought was quite nice, and as in she trusted me with, getting money out for her. So we went, it was me and a friend, we went to get her money out for her. She gave, it was odd actually, she did give us her PIN number and everything. And she said, oh, just get some money out. And we went to get some money out. I can't remember how much we got out, £50 or something. And then we said, oh, she said, I think she wanted the receipt with her balance and everything. And then we showed her balance, and I think the balance was like 5,000 or something, and I can't remember, something quite large, something that's the sort of money I didn't have when I was at law school, and it was like 5,000 or something. And she was like, oh yeah, I know, I don't have that much money in there, my parents haven't given me my allowance yet. I was like, oh, okay, that's nice. So so that was that. And law school was actually fun. Anyway, it was a fun and expensive year, and well, a necessary year in order to qualify as a solicitor. So difference between solicitors and barristers. I'm so sorry, I've just kind of mumbled all of that, what I've just regurgitated out there. So differences between a solicitor and a barrister, as I said. So I'm talking about what it used to be like about 18-20 years ago in terms of their duties. So back then it was the solicitors that did the police courts, the magistrates courts, and then thereafter they would do the prep work for the barristers in the Crown Courts and the appeal courts. Nowadays, and the barristers at the time would do the work at the magistrates court, the Crown Courts, and the appeal courts. They didn't do police station work. Nowadays, I believe solicitors do have more rights of audience in the Crown Court, so they can go all the way up to the Crown Court. I'm not too sure about the appeals. Sorry, I haven't checked that out yet. But the main importance is solicitors work for a law firm, and they get a monthly wage, as you would, and they have to pay a license fee to the Solicitors Regulation Authority. They have to pay for their practicing certificates. That's the license fee. And back then, I think it was about £1,200 for the year, and obviously your firm would pay for that. Barristers, on the other hand, are technically self-employed, so they have to be part of an Inns of Court. I think there are only several, maybe about 4 or 5. This was in London, so I don't know how many, if it's changed since then, but 4 or 5 main Inns of Court. And the Inns of Court, I suppose, is kind of like your company, but every barrister needs to be part of an Inns of Court, otherwise they won't get any work. And they are self-employed, as I say, and they only get paid at the end of every case. Now, with junior barristers, they're more than likely going to be doing magistrates court work, and that's more than likely going to be publicly funded cases, so defendants that require legal aid. And so by the time really they get paid, it's a slow process between them representing the client, sending in their invoice, doing all their paperwork, and then the solicitors then receive all of that documents. They then file it all away, and then we then apply for legal aid. Well, legal aid was applied for prior, but in order to get the money from that, we then have to submit all our work to the Legal Services Commission. I forgot what it was called. Legal Services Commission, and then they would pay you the fees for your barrister, but that can take some time, and so barristers basically don't get paid, especially junior barristers. They probably would get paid every 6 months, if that. And so in terms of those that want to those that want to follow the barrister course, you would either need to be living at home because or have a lot of savings, or be quite well off, because as I say, you know, you don't get paid a monthly wage. You will have to fork out for all your travel expenses, and that's traveling to and from court. Lunch as well, because you'll be, I mean, I guess you could bring a packed lunch. Also, I guess you'd have to, you know, pay for your, you know, clothes that you wear, suits and that sort of thing. But I mean, travel in London is expensive. And so you'd have to pay for that all yourself, knowing full well that you probably won't get a wage until 3 to 6 months later, if that. And I know that can be, so when I was working as a trainee, I used to go to courts with barristers, and there was quite a few barristers. They weren't junior, they were kind of medium level. They weren't senior either, but I remember they were sort of saying, you know, that they were living out of, you know, tiny flats. You know, one actually was renting a boat on the Thames, because it was, I mean, he was a single guy, so it was a boat on the Thames, very small, very cramped, but it was cheaper to obviously rent a bricks and mortar type of place, and also it was on the Thames, so it was perfect for him to travel to all the London courts and things. So that's the downside, I suppose, with the barrister route of things. Obviously, the more senior you get paid in advance, or you get what's it called, retainment fees from your solicitor firm, and also the payout, even if it is 6 months to a year, the payout is large, because you're in the Crown Court, and so for example, when a magistrate's court case. And when we finish a case and we ask for our money from the Legal Services Commission in terms of how much work we've done on it, a magistrate's court case can vary from about, I don't know, £500 to maybe £5,000 for a magistrate's court case, and that's with several hearings and a trial. A Crown Court case can go into hundreds of thousands, and so the proportion of what the barrister gets in there is quite hefty. So that's a good payout for them. What was the other thing? As I say, work experience is very important. With solicitors, it would be a case of trying to get a training contract. With barristers, and that's working for 2 years prior to qualifying at a firm. With barristers, it would be pupillage, and I think that's only a year. It might be 2 years now, but it's a pupillage, and that again is training prior to becoming a barrister, and that will be at an Inns of Court. With solicitors, you can apply to as many firms as you want to for a training contract. With the Inns of Court, you can only apply to one, because I think there's only like 4 or 5. So I think it's almost like a priority basis. So whoever your priority is, you really have to just go for that. Otherwise, you may lose out because other people have put that in as their priority kind of inns. And it's very much cutthroat in terms of competition and trying to get a pupillage at a Inns of Court. So that was that. I don't think I have anything else to say about law. Work experience is very important, I think. But that's obviously in terms of the law that I did, which was criminal defence. I also did, during my training, you get to do different seats in law so that you can kind of have a taste of different areas. So I did sort of family law, that sort of thing as well. And to be honest with you, family law was just so super depressing. And it was, you know, the cases just go on forever and ever. So family law would be like, you know, childcare. So for example, if a couple is divorced, or a couple, you know, are no longer together, and it's visitation rights to the child, you know, childcare, that sort of thing. And it's literally basically like a domestic argument that just goes on and on, with the legal courts involved at the same time. So it sort of will be like, you know, your client will come in, say you represent the mother, your client will come in and she'll say, you know, oh, my ex-partner said he was going to drop my son off at 5 o'clock yesterday. He dropped him off at 7 o'clock, and that's against our agreement. So then we have to, like, you know, try and sort this out. And then the other one will be like, oh, they said that we could have, you know, my son, you know, I wanted to have my son this weekend for a long weekend, and my husband agreed to it. You know, we agreed to it in court. He says now that he wants to take his son somewhere else, blah, blah, blah. And it's just backwards and forwards. And it just goes on forever. And these poor children are just trapped in this system. Again, children that have been taken away from their homes, so they're with social services. Again, that's really horrible, because you have parents sort of saying, you know, when I went to visit my child, supervised visits, for example, if there have been sort of cases of abuse alleged, the child gets taken away and is put in social services. And then the parents will come in crying, saying, when I saw my child, you know, he looked dirty, his clothes were unkept, you know, he was just withdrawn, you know, and they're trying to get a hearing date to be pushed forward so that they can make attempts to try and get their child back into their care. So that's very, very sad. And it's not the sort of law I would want to be in. It would just be very depressing for me personally. Very depressing sort of type of law to be in, and cases never finish. So I guess it's a lot of money in comparison to, but it just goes on and on and on. There's sort of there's no success rate at the end. There's no light at the end of the tunnel. Yeah, so that's it really. The other thing that I wanted to talk about, I've just hit 30 minutes, is probably not so much any more law. I will probably stick, you know, now and again, put some bits in about the children and everything. But before I started sewing, I had another hobby, and it was cake making. So I had a small business set up. Again, it was born out of the need for my children, because obviously I have a lot of children, as you know, and just for their birthdays and christenings and things, it was so expensive to get a celebration cake. I just thought, as people do, very naively, you know, I'm not going to pay £180 for a child's birthday cake. I could make that myself. And so I went about and did it myself. And now I realize why they charge so much, because actually it looks very easy and it looks very simple, but there is a lot of skill involved in celebration cakes. You know, the fondant ones that are beautifully iced and it's beautifully perfectly smooth on the outside, and then you have all the characters made out of fondant, and it is hard work. But I learned along the way. I think I did it for about a year and a half. Again, off YouTube, learnt lots of different skills and tricks, bought all the gear. I've probably spent so much on cake gear. And then I just started making cakes for my children. That went down really, really well. But I will talk about, and I've got lots of pictures to show you as well of commissions that I've made for other people. So that was my other hobby before I started sewing. And I'll hopefully maybe talk about some of that tomorrow and show you some pictures of the previous cakes that I have made. In the meantime, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you again tomorrow. Thank you. Bye bye.